The experience of being in football, being a player, it opens a lot of doors. You can go into coaching, or you could go into psychology. It might be physiotherapy, it might be another area, it might be media. But if you can see people in those roles, it means you can do it as well. I started coaching when I finished university. I moved back home and I started coaching at a club that I played for when I was a kid myself. From there, it's sort of just evolved over the last sort of 10 years. I've been in various different coaching roles. You have to go through your badges. When I first started coaching, it was about sort of getting onto your level 1 FA coaching badge. Once you've got that, it sets you up nicely to then take on a team and then build on and to get your level 2 and so on. 2019, I managed to get my UEFA B licence. You have to be coaching a 11-a-side team. It's a bit of a journey. It took about 9 months, the whole qualification to do. And you build a big project on the team that you're working with. You get assessed at the end, basically.
Good, out! That's the one we've got to screen behind the ball, green!
I was at Nottingham Forest, graduated through their academy programme, left there at the age of 19. My dream was to be a professional footballer, and that got cut short due to injury. And whilst I was going through a lot of rehabilitation, I did my coaching badges. So by the time I was 23, 24, I was already coaching in an academy as a B licensed coach, so I did start quite young. I've only been in professional coaching at the elite level for 2 or 3 seasons. Before that, I was involved in youth coaching for around 10, 12 years.
Hello.
There's myself as a head coach. We then have a number of assistant coaches who will help with players individually. We then have a full strength and conditioning and performance team. So they make sure that the players are physically warmed up. We have a medical team to help with any medical issues. So there's a big team that goes behind the coach.
Yeah, play here. Want to nick it and go forward.
Get on your player and tell us.
Good.
We're now starting to see more high-quality coaches in academies, in actual fact. We've got some very good young coaches working with our development teams. What we've got to try to do is provide opportunities to accelerate that. We're running schemes within the FA to try and give a number of coaches different experiences of the game, because it doesn't just have to be coaching. It could be being in the analysis department, it could be a sports science departments. We've got to get more representation across the board in the game. Coaching is one area of that, but the visibility of people within the game would then encourage youngsters to go into a life in football. Why would there be a barrier to be a coach or a teacher, really? Teachers should be able to come from any community.
Being a female in football, that is a challenge itself. When I first got into coaching and I went onto my first football coaching course, my level 1, walking into a room full of men is quite intimidating. But if you're going to be part of this field and you're going to be in football, you kind of have to build that thick skin and just think, do you know what, I'm here and I've got something to offer just like anybody else. It's important for young girls now to have somebody who looks like them as a role model. Manisha Taylor, who works for QPR, she's the only Asian female in the professional game, which is crazy to think about. So she's definitely a role model for me.
Hopefully I can help create opportunities for people, but we want to see more South Asian coaches get qualified, build that experience, and be given the opportunity to develop as a coach. I want to develop onto my pro licence in the next few years. I'm still young, so I want to learn as much as I can from other people and just do as well as I can for my club, which is Charlton Athletic.